Welcome to my channel. My name is Keo and today I am doing a Sketchbox unboxing. I ordered these a few times before and stopped, but I've been in such a art block mode that I decided to get another one and see what I could create. I noticed that they are not doing the little card this time. It's a whole little packet, which is cool. It tells you how to do the little peacock, but I kind of liked the little card because I used to keep them in my sketchbook. So we got some mixed media paper, which is pretty good. It's by Graphix. It's a watercolor, acrylic, and collage mixed media paper. It's also glued on two sides so that it doesn't bubble and warp when you're trying to paint. You can put a lot of water onto it, which is cool. Next we have got some gouache, which I'm really excited about. It's Holbein artist gouache. I got Hummingbird blue, elm green. It's a really pretty color. I'd been wanting to buy gouache, so I'm super excited about this. We got a white paintbrush, a Sketchbox paintbrush. It's pretty, I like it. I like the size. Got some, I don't know how to say that brand, Savoir, Faire. It's a burnt sienna. And then a Gardenia yellow. It's not a, oh, and then a sticker. I love the stickers. And that's it. Might put it in this sketchbook, but not sure. Definitely not the usual colors that I would grab, so that's probably good because it forces me out of my box. Gotta have those clean edges, so I want to start with that. But also, let's not forget to swatch first. I got some new clips for my sketchbook. It's much better than the binder clips. So first we've got the burnt sienna. And then the hummingbird blue, which is my favorite, I think. That is such a pretty blue color. Then we've got elm green. And Gardenia yellow. They are pretty colors. You can't see it very well here, but the white is a good opaque color. Trying to blend it out here, but I should have done that when I first put it down. They kind of dried a little bit and I didn't like the way that it blended out. Also right here I'm trying to like mix a new color. I don't know why I do this because I always hate the way that it looks in my sketchbook. Although that is a really pretty color. I love the blue and yellow combination. Just kind of playing, mixing colors. And then fixing the way these blended out. Also, let me know in the comments if you guys like these like full length videos or if you like it sped up. I can go either way. Sometimes I like to watch videos where they time lapse it and it's like a speed run. Sometimes while I'm painting, I like to have a longer video playing in the background just to kind of inspire me. So let me know what you like. Trying to think of what I want to do for the bigger picture. Trying to flesh out an idea for like a abstract painting because I've been really enjoying doing abstract stuff lately. It's a great way to like get yourself out of art block. To just put down colors and layers and mark making, no expectations, just throw things out there. If you don't like it, you can cover it up. It's a really helpful way to get yourself in the creative flow of things. I think for a while I got stuck on the idea that in order for it to be art, it had to be like a landscape, a person, a portrait. And then I started realizing like it can just be scribbles. It can just be random things that you lay on the paper together that make you happy when you look at it. Like, art is very subjective, does not have to be what the norm thinks, it's just what you enjoy doing. Let the painting be what the painting wants to be. These colors really did scream landscape though, so I wanted to try doing one. This is why I always call my art chaotic neutral, because I do like the chaos of like an abstract collage, multiple layers and shapes and colors type of painting. But then the neutral side, I do enjoy doing just cute things or little landscapes or going out and doing plein air. So it's like a combination. I feel like I don't fit into one bubble, one type of art. Just doing whatever feels right in the moment. Time for some happy little trees. I remember when I was in high school, well, and still a little bit now when I'm out of practice, the thought of doing trees really scared me because I just couldn't, without looking at a reference, visualize how it looked where the branches started jetting out of the trunk. It just feels so awkward in that section where it goes from the thick trunk to the branches. Even looking at a regular tree, I'm like, no, you shouldn't be like that, but sometimes it is just like weird looking right there. I've been trying not to think too hard when I lay down the leaves too, just kind of smooshing around, doing a little dabby dab, just some lights and some darks. So if I think about it too hard, then I hate it. But if I do it fast and sloppy, then I end up liking it better. I'm also very impatient, so if I have to like, excuse you, that's the dog in the background. If I have to think too hard and slowly about how to shape the tree or how to shape anything, then I don't want to do it. So I'm trying to allow myself to be really loose and flowy with my artwork, because if I try to force myself to be strict and shape things correctly, then I don't want to do it, which just defeats the purpose of trying to have fun with art if I'm afraid to do it because I don't want to fail. I don't know. Sometimes I'm too much of a perfectionist, I guess, which is like the opposite of what I want to do. I want to be really messy and chaotic, so just gotta loosen up, get out of my own head. I might make this little thumbnail into a sticker. The more I look at it, the more I like it. So far, I'm really enjoying these Holbein paints. I'm understanding the hype. Trying to figure out what I want to do for the abstract painting here. I've been obsessed with dots and circles, so I was hoping that that could save this little thumbnail, but I think what's really killing it for me are the lines. I don't like the way that I did them. Yeah, so I decided to try to just cover that up. Look how well they blend out though. It's so satisfying. They're just like really buttery paints. Time for the paper that came with the Sketchbox. Thinking that I want to do the little landscape because I liked the way that one looked better. I really like making paintings on these little tiny postcard size papers, but what do you guys do with them after you make them? Like, I don't know where to put it. Should I put it into my sketchbook, like glue it in there? I've done that a couple of times, but I don't know. Like, I was thinking maybe I could get a cork board and just like display all of my tiny little paintings on it. That might be kind of cool. I also got a corner cutter so that I could make the edges rounded because it's way more satisfying and aesthetically pleasing. Can't have no sharp corners. But yeah, I'm really curious what other people do with these when they have these tiny little sheets of paper or like postcard size paper. Do you just hang it on the wall as is? Do you put it in your sketchbook? What do you do? Let me know. Paintbrush is a little small for putting down a wet wash, but I was determined to use only what came in the box for this first painting. I do really enjoy this shade of green. Normally I go for like a really bright green, but this one is nice. Time for the trees. At this point, I do wish that I had removed the washi tape from the left and right edges so that the tree could kind of go outside of the frame a little bit. I think that would have been a cute touch, kind of like the little thumbnail is. But I can always do another one and experiment with that. Oh my god, I kept bumping the camera. I'm not used to having a camera on a tripod next to me. I usually just have it over top, but I wanted a different angle, so I got a tripod and I just keep knocking it with my knee because I'm always resituating myself. Hey, we did it. Finished one. Time for the satisfying washi peel. This one did pretty good. Nice clean edges. I wish that I hadn't done the tape edge so thick though. I should have like done half that size. It's got a really fat border. Gotta give it the signature and the date. Been trying to stay really consistent about dating my pictures so that I know when I made them and like the progress. Definitely took my corner cutter and rounded out those corners later as well. And now I want to try to do something abstract as well. Making the edge a little smaller on this one after I realized that that other one was way too thick. Little paint refill, and this time I actually got a mop brush so that I could do the wet wash a little easier. I wanted to get it really saturated. This paper held up really good to a lot of water as well. Whew, look at that color. I love it. It's so pretty. few like abstract marks on there just to give it a little bit of character to start off with. Look at my paintbrush all wonky shaped after squeezing the water out of it. It's funny. Some little blue dots. I loved the way that these blurred out. What's the word for that? Why am I forgetting it? I don't know. Bloom. The way they bloomed out was really pretty. That blue is like definitely my favorite of all the colors that came. Hummingbird blue by Holbein. Yeah. I might have to get a big tube of that one. So I'm just going with the flow, just like making whatever marks or swirls come to my mind. I really want to practice doing these abstract paintings and trying to get like a blurry background so that I could do maybe like flowers over the top of it. Lately I've only been doing the background, but I want it to have something in the foreground as well. I might order some acrylic paint markers though, because I feel like it would be easier to layer on top of a like watercolor gouache background if I get acrylic markers. So if I do too many layers on top of these backgrounds, it like reactivates it a little, and then I lose some of the details of my abstract painting in the background. Swirly, 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 swirly. I love just making swirly marks. Hey, stop doing that. Oh, swirly in the blue. This is definitely one of those paintings where you have to trust the process and just keep going, because at this point I'm not really loving it, but I know if I just keep adding more marks and more details that eventually it might turn into something a little bit better, so I don't want to just give up on it too soon. we go with the circles. Been putting circles in all of my paintings lately. Circles, paint splatter, and checkered stuff is like my go-to to try to make something a little more aesthetically pleasing for myself. Paint splatter, my favorite part. Can never go wrong with a good paint splatter. Really jazzes it up. I don't know what I was thinking in this part though. They look like little bacterias. I think these colors really threw me off. I'm so not used to using earthy tones that I didn't know exactly how to make a abstract painting with them. But I just kept going. I do like it in the end, so it definitely drives home the point that if you don't trust the process, you can't see how cool it can look in the end. So don't give up on it too soon. Just adding some tiny white flowers right now. Adding the white flowers on top of my abstract paintings has definitely been my go-to lately. It really helps to just make it look more finished. I would like to figure out a different way to kind of bring it all together though, so that I'm not relying on the exact same small white flower every single time. This white gouache did layer nicely though. Very opaque. Going back and watching these process videos, I'm realizing how slow I paint, and I really just want it to be sped up. But I don't know if you guys prefer it to be like a time lapse or not. So I'll probably try both ways, see what works out the best. But I know watching it myself kind of would like to speed up how slowly I'm painting. So here I'm cheating and I'm using something that wasn't included in the Sketchbox, but it has been my go-to to make paintings just like pop more, make it more aesthetically pleasing for myself. It's been a Savoir paint marker in gold. I used to do gold accents in watercolor a lot, but I've noticed that this paint marker is just super convenient and really opaque, so I've been using it instead of watercolor. See, look how shiny it is with that paint marker. I love it. And I decided to go ahead and add some more paint marker, just adding more and more layers until I'm fully satisfied with the way that it looks. I decided to outline the little white flowers just to make them stand out a little more since they're getting lost in the background a bit. It was at this point that I decided it probably had enough on it. I didn't want to overdo it, so I went ahead and just peeled off the washi tape, which the clean corners definitely made me like it a little bit better. And I also went and rounded the corners with a little corner rounder that I bought later. The glued edges was really nice. It helped to keep the paper from warping. Overall, I'm really pleased with this paper. It held up to a lot of layers, a lot of water, and it looks really nice. So here's my 2 little pieces, and they were really fun. I enjoyed this project. I still need to figure out what to do with them, so I definitely might look into that cork board idea and display them for a while, because otherwise I don't know where to put these tiny little papers. And there we are, 2 cute little paintings, 1 landscape, 1 abstract. Let me know in the comments which one you prefer. I think I might be leaning towards the abstract, even though it was a bit of a mess. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you for keeping me company, and remember that your art matters and you are important. Hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.